Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here today with a special video about the Air Jordan Retro 4 White Cement release that dropped this weekend. And I managed to get my hands on 3 pairs. Now, I once heard a sneakerhead say that basically, in order to be a true sneakerhead, you had to have 3 pairs of everything. Or rather, I'm sorry, you had to have 2 pairs of everything. And that was because real sneakerheads didn't worry about wearing their kicks in the rain, in the snow. Didn't matter about the weather. Because you had a pair that you wore, and then a pair you could keep on ice. Now, I try to take that advice, but lately with even some of my sneakers, I feel like having 2 pairs is not good enough. Of course, now that I have 3 pairs, I'm starting to feel like I have a little bit of a problem. But that being said, this is definitely the best release of the year so far for me. And I kind of wanted to just do a quick run through of some of the shoes. I know there's a lot of people that missed out that are trying to get them right now off eBay, Craigslist. I know for myself, if it's a shoe that I wasn't able to put my hands on retail, a lot of times I'm skeptical about buying offline and even hand-to-hand deals on Craigslist. So there's always a couple things that I look for. I just want to share some small details with you guys and hopefully some in-depth looks at the sneakers so you have a good idea on what you're dealing with. Now this pair right here came from Expressions. I think this pair is in the best shape out of the 3 that I got. It looks to me like it hadn't been worn or tried on yet. As you can see, it's pretty much dead stock. Not only does it have the cardboard shoe tree, it also has cardboard in there. You can see the 12's kind of covered up. You have the red Jumpman logo. I don't know if you can see that. Also, you have the tag right here, the date from when the shoe was made. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to read that. No, probably going to have to skip that on this one. But, let's see. This shoe was actually made between 8/14 and, what's that say, 12/24. I don't think you guys can quite read that from there, but that's what it is, 8/14. Oh, I'm sorry, 9/14 to 12/24. It's about a 3-month production. That's usually about the high end. As you can see, the Jumpman on the back with the speckle pattern. As you can see, the stitching is very tight right there. Very tight rows. I always like to fold this back. See, we're dealing with the white, obviously. You can't really see that. It's a little dusty in there. The back of the tag has the Air Jordan upside down lettering, which I always found to be a cool feature. You get the back right there. You get the side view, air bubble. Here's something cool: the keychain hang tag. Now the front side's pretty clean. This is the raised side. If you flip around to the back side, you can actually see. I don't know if you can see that spot right under my thumb there, but it's actually a little bit of it looks like it's kind of. It's almost like a little circle. Like it might be a trademark or something. First when I saw that, I thought maybe this one was damaged. But actually, if you go to the other 3 pairs, they all have that same little defect right there. I think you can see that. And then again on this pair, Same thing, they got that little defect there. But it's always cool when they throw in the little extra things, a little more bang for your buck. So as I was saying, this sneaker right here was about a 3-month production. All in all, very good shape. Came out of the box with the tongue pumped up just like that. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit better focus. You can see the Flight logo. Now you can see this one's pretty straight up top. It's not quite straight. And this edge, I don't know if you can see that, but it just barely, you can see it from the front, Now if I move off to this pair from Foot Locker, which this is actually the first pair I got, and I actually waited in line for these myself for about an hour. First thing on Saturday morning. As you can see, this pair isn't quite as straight. It's a little bit crooked, and there's also a little bit more space than there was on that pair. I don't know if you guys can see that. And on this one also, the back end is coming over a little bit more, so you can see it a little bit better from the front. Now this third pair that I also picked up myself at a spot that I'm not going to disclose, kind of a little secret, not a secret, but a hidden gem of mine where I get some sneakers late. This one actually has the narrowest gap up top, but it may also be the straightest. And it's similar to the first pair, where it's a little bit difficult to see this back coming over the front. So I don't know if you can see that, a little bit crooked, straight as an arrow. Realistically, other than that, I mean, the stitching is all pretty tight on these. You can see that. The Jumpman, I want to get a good look at that. There we go, there's a little bit better focus. You can basically make out the 4 fingers, the laces, the Flight, kind of got that little cursive writing where the F and the L are together, and the I is separate on itself, and the GHT is all together. Should be about the same on this one. Yep, same thing. And then same exact thing again over here on this one. So as you can see, the Jumpman's very consistent, where some of the other pairs that have come out lately, not so much. Let's look at the production dates. We already looked, this one was 9/12. This pair, and again, you're probably going to have trouble seeing this one, probably just going to read it off. But let's give it a try. Yeah, you're going to have trouble seeing that. I'm just going to read this one off. This one is 8/23 to 11/14. Alright, so that's interesting. So these ones are actually 9/14 to 12/24. And these ones were 8/11, so still about 3 months. And this last pair I got here was 9/14 to 11/24. Oh, so this was actually a 2-month sneaker. Again, I've heard some people online basically saying that all the sneakers they buy from the stores generally have a 3-month. Well, that's clearly not true, and it's definitely not true based on my experience. Some retail pairs that I have, I think we're close to like a 1-month release time of production. As you can see, those stitching very tight on all 3 on this back portion. All in all, it's a very clean sneaker. One other thing I did notice also, like I said, Jordan, the quality issues. Definitely been a factor lately. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but the actual toe box on the sneakers varies by pair. Just another interesting little fun fact here. Now this one, as you can see, looks to be the widest gap right here is what I'm talking about. This one you can see is a little bit narrower, especially right there. And this one again is also pretty wide. So yeah, it's definitely interesting just to note the slight variances that you will find in these sneakers. Even you know, all three come in these, you know, from good retail outlets. And there's the bottom. Here, why don't we get all three going here? Alright, so you got the bottom of all three sneakers. Pretty much the same. I don't really see any variation when it comes to that. If you want to get an up close look at the Jumpman logo here, just get that to come in focus a little bit. Alright, bam, so he's kind of got that flat hand, if you notice that, kind of the smooth flat hand style. And if you can see that, it's actually inlaid. You can actually stick your finger in that crease there. So that's just a cool little thing to look for. As you can also see on the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, but like you see the extra little white there. You know, I mean, it's pretty clean, black, black, black. You know, the paint's pretty good on the bottom, but there are spots where it should be gray or black. Yet you see right there, white crept in where it should be black and gray. You know, white up there again. This pair right here, again, I said seems to be in the best shape. Oh, this one's got white also. Yeah, so, you know, all these pairs are not coming out of the factory exactly identical. That's something we've definitely been getting used to here in the last few years. And, I don't know, I'm actually so OCD about these sneakers right now, I haven't even tried any of these three pairs on yet. I'm not quite sure which is the first pair that I'm going to rock, which ones I'm going to keep on ice. You know, I would definitely say, since this is the best pair, I'm going to keep this one stocked, and then I'll rock one of these two. I don't know if you guys have any other questions, anything you'd like to see, let me know. One more cool thing. Unlike the Air Jordan Retro 3 releases, these ones actually have an air hole in the bottom here, so that air can get in. They have the new retro tags. This is only the second pair that I've seen to have these. Supposedly these are going to be for all the Jordan 2012s. My Air Jordan 2012s have it, but that's the only other pair that I've seen so far. So there it is, the Air Jordan 3 white cement. And we'll see how long I hold on to all three pairs. And thanks for watching.